What's up, man? It's the Bronco at the Frog coming at you with another reaction video. We got a video from a channel named Dada Football. He only have like 7,000 subscribers. Get that man to 10K, 15K before y'all even watch this video. Go run that man's subscribers up. He made a video titled Top 6 Worst Football Betrayals in History. We already know off top Luis Figo is gonna be on this list. I watched the whole Netflix documentary about this. Y'all know I love learning about history, learning about the past. I just started watching ball 2020-2021 season, something like that. So this should be an interesting video. Go subscribe to my gaming channel, Lil Bronco. Subscribe to my backup channel, More Bronco. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all down below. Follow me on Patreon. This is where all my live game reactions is gonna be at. Hey, let's see what go down.
July 2000. The entire football world was the 24th of July 2000. The entire football world was shocked at the news of Luis Figo's transfer from FC Barcelona to their biggest rival, Real Madrid, for a then record amount of 60 million euros.
And I be seeing a lot of people say, they be leaving in the comments like, bro, it wasn't all Figo fault. Perez tricked him into. Look at Perez snarking at. Look at his ass right there. His evil ass. One of Satan's greatest soldiers. This man right here. But anyway, but Figo himself in the documentary, didn't he say that it was all his decision? Or maybe he was just trying to save face. I ain't seen the documentary in a while, but I swear on one of those scenes where he was like sitting back at the pool or something, he was sitting there like, bro, it was my decision. Like, ain't nobody really coerced me into doing it. It was his decision at the end of the day. But they was leading it on till he was getting like conned behind the scenes and he changed his mind. And Perez was like, bro, no, you did not change your mind. You still coming over here or you finna get hit with that paperwork on some lawsuit shit. So, hey, man.
Million euros. Cheater, traitor, Judas. These were the words coming from the mouths of Barcelona fans. How did this happen? Why did a player who was in love with FC Barcelona for 5 years, often kissing the club's crest after scoring a goal, decide to exchange glory in Catalonia for better money at Real Madrid? In this video, I will present to you this and other major betrayals in the history of football, such as Robin van Persie's betrayal of Arsenal, the biggest traitor in the Premier League, Sol Campbell, the heartbreak of Fiorentina fans by Roberto Baggio. I also have a bonus for you. I will introduce you to a player who, despite the club's hatred and age-old rivalry, has remained in the hearts of fans in both teams. And let's start with the previously mentioned story of Robin van Persie betrayal. It was May 20th, 2004, when the then 20-year-old joined Arsenal. The Dutchman was very talented and hard-working, qualities immediately noticed by Arsene Wenger, the Arsenal coach. Wenger was very smart and saw the potential in the young player. Within a few months, he transformed Van Persie from a left winger to a center forward, just like he did with the club's biggest star, Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry, bro. Left winger. Arsene Wenger be having me dead with these big ass, ugly ass puffer coats. And in fact, it got a Nike logo. Do Nike even sell these anymore? Do they even sell them anymore? Period. Like this damn 2000s. 2000s, all the damn clothes was long, even the damn puffer bubble coats.
To a center forward, just like he did with the club's biggest star, Thierry Henry. The French player was much more experienced than Van Persie, so the Dutchman was only his substitute. When Henry left the club for Barcelona, Van Persie took on the responsibility of scoring goals, becoming the team's main striker. At the start of the 2011 to 2012 season, he became the team captain, beloved by fans, scoring goals and assisting every single match. In his 8th and final season at Arsenal, he scored 30 goals, becoming the league's top scorer and the club's 8th highest scorer with 132 goals. Despite the glory in London, Van Persie seemed unsatisfied with the team's results. On July 4, 2012, Van Persie announced he wouldn't sign a new contract with Arsenal, breaking...
What team is he finna go to? Because, you know, Arsenal's rivals is Tottenham. I say, is he finna go to Tottenham? But I'm like, no. If he's frustrated at winning, he for sure ain't going to no damn Tottenham cock, boys. You feel me? So where's he finna go?
In the hearts of fans worldwide. A month later, he dealt the final blow when Manchester United announced they had acquired him. He was accused of choosing bigger money after his best season in history. In a moment, he turned away from his love for Arsenal, where he spent 8 years of his career. Immediately, he began praising the Red Devils in interviews, saying, I always wanted to join Manchester United. I dreamed of it since childhood, and I can't wait to start.
But that's what everybody say. You know, but when they go into a new club, Paul George in basketball and NBA do it. Bronco, why are you always talking about basketball? This is football, bro. If we wanted to watch, man, shut up and listen to this story. It's a player in the NBA called Paul George, and every time he go to a new team, oh, I've always wanted to play here. You know, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna stay the rest of my career, and they always end up leaving 2 to 3 years later. Oh, I'm a Pacer for life. He goes to the Thunder. Oh, I'm in OKC for life. He goes to the damn Clippers. Oh, I'm a Clipper for life. He goes to the damn 76ers. You feel me?
Fans couldn't forgive him for joining one of the club's biggest rivals. Videos of burned shirts with his name started appearing online, and due to the chaos caused by his transfer, he became hated by the entire club. That's just the first story I've prepared for you. Stay until the end of the video to find out why Luis Figo betrayed FC Barcelona for Real Madrid. Next, let's talk about Maurice Johnston, a football player from Scotland. To give the transfer some modern context, it would be somewhat similar to Mohamed Salah leaving Liverpool for Manchester United, or Lionel Messi promising to sign with Barcelona, but flying off to Real Madrid instead. Johnston was a phenomenal striker for Celtic FC, enchanting Glasgow fans from 1984
he went to the Rangers?
Due to his dedication to the club and the immense value he brought to the field. It was hard to find a Celtic fan who didn't admire the outstanding Scot. The striker scored 72 goals in 128 matches, winning the Scottish Cup in 1985 and the Scottish League title in 1986. Seeking to advance his career, Johnston moved to the French club Nantes in 1987, where he scored 22 goals over 2 seasons. Despite
what in the hell was that?
In 1987, where he scored 22 goals.
Look at that fucking mascot. They got Big Bird back there, man. The old days, bro. They was so funny back in the 90s and shit, bro. I thought it was a banana back there. I was like, bro, is that a big ass banana? That's fucking Big Bird.
Goals over 2 seasons. Despite initially assuring that he would never return to Scotland, Johnston changed his mind and appeared at a press conference to announce he would sign with Celtic once his contract with Nantes expired. However, this didn't come to pass. Upon returning home, the player instead signed with Celtic's arch rivals,
Rangers. Oh, so that boy was like, he went back on his word twice. He said, bro, I'm never going back to Scotland. They like, okay, well, we ain't got to worry about it. You know, they like, bro, come on back. Play for us, bro. I'm never going back to Scotland. They're like, oh, okay. Well, best of luck in your endeavors. Okay, actually, I am going to go back to Scotland. Yes, he's coming back to play for Celtic. They would say, oh, nah, fuck y'all. I'm going to play for the Rangers. Boy, that's low-key damn near worse than goddamn Figo.
Rangers FC. This situation reverberated not only in the football world, but throughout Scotland. Rangers were known for one important rule. Since the early 20th century, according to an unwritten rule, Catholics were consciously omitted from club transfers and other positions within the club. No Catholic could play for or manage the team. The club was known as Protestant, so the transfer of the first Catholic in decades came as a huge surprise.
And he was a Catholic? Boy, that is that's an evil. I ain't gonna call him evil, but that is a devious man. This man know that Celtic, that Rangers don't allow Catholics over there. He's a Catholic himself. He say, I'd rather play for a non-Catholic club than come back and play for Celtic. Boy, yeah, I hate the hell out of this, man. I'll burn his jersey
positions within the club. No Catholic could play for or manage the team. The club was known as Protestant.
He must have been damn good, though.
The first Catholic in decades came as a huge surprise. Some Rangers supporters were outraged by Johnston's contract signing. For them, it spelled the end of tradition. They were furious. Scarves were burned, and season tickets were torn up for the benefit of news cameras and the press. The main reason Rangers fans didn't trust the player is because he used to play for Celtic, and he was known for celebrating goals against Rangers in a way that made their fans angry. To Celtic fans, Johnston became known as Judas for joining their rival team, and the player received his own security detail. Once again, Arsenal appears on our list. Ashley Cole was a player nurtured by the club from a very young age. He made his debut in the first team at the age of 18 under the management of Arsene Wenger. The coach protected Cole from a young age, fearing he would become another young English player lacking strength before fulfilling his potential. However, problems were not far away. Cole's relationship with the club began to deteriorate as his career progressed. Personal success at Euro 2004 earned him the UEFA Team of the Year title, but his final years at Arsenal were marred by injuries and controversy.
Team of the Year in 2004. Goalkeeper got Buffon. Back four, we got Cape Cafu. Okay, there was the Cafu dude. Carvalho. We got Nesta. There go Cole right there. He's a left back.
The year
and then
title.
What they said?
But his final years at
midfield. We got Maniche. Never heard of the Maniche dude. We got CR7. 2. We got Nedved, okay. Then we
Arsenal
got
for
Naldinho
2004
right
earned
there
him
at
the
attacking midfielder. In front two attackers, we got Thierry Henry and
the
Shevchenko.
Team of the Year title. But his final years at Arsenal were marred by injuries and controversies. Nevertheless, for over 6 years, he formed the foundation of the defense of one of Arsenal's best teams in the club's history. In 2005, Cole was found guilty of making contact with Chelsea, a league rival, regarding a potential move without informing Arsenal. The player was fined £100,000, and his agent, Jonathan Barnett, had to pay the same amount. Chelsea was fined £300,000, and Jose Mourinho himself had to pay £75,000. Quite a costly conversation, isn't it? On July 18, 2005, Cole signed a contract extension with Arsenal, but just a year later, he left the club in tumultuous circumstances. In his autobiography, he attacked Arsenal, calling himself the scapegoat of the club. The defender was deliberately left out of the Arsenal team photo for the 2006-2007 season, suggesting his departure from the club. The bitter contract dispute soured the relationship between Cole's agent and the club, making it difficult to reach an agreement. Arsenal was not willing to budge from their valuation of £25 million, while Mourinho insisted he would not pay a penny more than the initial offer of £16.5 million. Negotiations with Chelsea lasted throughout August. Eventually, Cole signed a contract on the final day of the transfer window at 11 o'clock. This move angered Arsenal fans, who dubbed him Cashley, and waved fake £20 notes at Cole angered Arsenal fans, who dubbed him
They got that
Cashley
boy face on the money. It didn't say Russia. What the fuck? Why did they ship that boy to Russia and then put his face on the money? And then, Queen Cole, man. Damn, London. Oh, never mind. Do y'all money say Bank of Russia? What the fuck is on with that? Now, you know I don't know much UK history, so never mind. This is the regular Lizzie, but instead of a Lizzie, it's fucking Coley.
Fake £20 notes with Cole's face on them when both clubs faced each other on December 10, 2006. However, in 2011, Cole revealed that he had forgiven the club for their actions, saying, "I don't think I was respected at Arsenal, or I didn't feel I was as respected as I thought I deserved. Respect means a lot to me. I gave my all to Arsenal and was honest while I was there." Do you remember when I mentioned about the bonus at the beginning of the video? Well, it's time to present to you the story of a footballer who, despite club disputes and transfers between
because did he play for Barca and Real Madrid?
Forever in the hearts of many fans. I'm talking, of course, about Ronaldo Nazario. The Brazilian was a star not only at Barcelona and Rio, but also
so
at
why in the hell? So why was
because
because he didn't go from Barca straight to Real Madrid. He went to like 2 to 3 different teams and then went to, I don't know. Damn, that never clicked in my mind that he played for both. But nobody really hate him for it.
Only at Barcelona and Real, but also at AC Milan and Inter.
He played for AC and Inter. That boy done played for all the damn top 2 teams in the league. At AC Milan. He playing for all the rivals, goddammit. But everybody still loves him. I guess he's just a lovable character, man.
And Inter. He delighted with his game at each of these clubs. In addition to amazing goals, dribbles, and passes, he also had a unique character, always smiling and cheerful in his relationships with teammates and fans. The striker never switched clubs directly. His path was as follows: 1 year at FC Barcelona, 5 years at Inter Milan, 5 years at Real Madrid, 2 years at AC Milan. Furthermore,
so he did it strategically. He kind of zigzagged. He ain't go back to back. He say boom, 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 boom instead of boom, 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 boom. Luis Figo. Take notes, man.
At AC Milan. Furthermore, Nazario never identified himself with the community of a particular club. He never kissed the badge upon scoring a goal. The player was highly respected, but was not a fan favorite like the aforementioned players. In this way, the Brazilian avoided insults from enraged fans and was well remembered at each of these clubs.
Yeah, this live right there.
The Premier League, where
shout
transfer
out
took place,
Ronaldo,
which many experts call the greatest betrayal in Premier League history.
Look at this big ass
transfer
suit.
took place, which
Make his head look little as hell. This shit almost look fake. It look like the Little Rascals. You know when the 2 little kids be standing on and one stand on his shoulder. One got his head popping out. That big ass suit.
Experts call the greatest betrayal in Premier League history. To discuss its details, the player met with club officials far outside the city in the middle of the night. Sol Campbell was a powerful central defender who rose through the ranks at Tottenham, becoming a key player and captain of the club. Over 10 phenomenal years in London, he built an incredible bond with both the team and the fans. Standing at 190 centimeters tall and weighing 100 kilograms, he was an unbeatable wall against opposing attackers. Despite his immense size, he seemed
know, I'm
very shy and modest,
inches.
which endeared him to the fans. The club officials were aware that it would be difficult to keep such a talented player in Tottenham. Teams from all over Europe were interested in signing Campbell, FC Barcelona, Inter Milan, Manchester United, and Bayern Munich. Campbell's contract was coming to an end, worrying journalists who were eager to know the defender's future. When asked about his career path, he replied firmly, "I won't sign with anyone else while I'm under contract with Tottenham. In the future? I don't know, but definitely not with Arsenal." His honorable stance did not please the club officials, as they were hoping for a hefty sum of money for Campbell's transfer. When Spurs recorded a series of 6 clean sheets in 7 consecutive matches, journalist Claire Tomlinson asked directly, "What about your situation, Sol? Will you stay at Tottenham?" To which he quickly replied, "I'm staying." These words restored hope to the club's fans.
You can tell he lied. He scratched his neck. That's how you know.
Claire Tomlinson asked directly, "What about your situation, Sol? Will you stay
What about your situation? I'm staying. Look at that. Easy way to tell they lying. It's a fighting response. When you know you're finna come up with a lie, it's always a little something slight that you do. Only the expert liars can lie without missing a step. Look at him scratching his neck.
At Tottenham, to which he quickly replied, "I'm staying." These words restored hope to the club's fans, who had already resigned themselves to the player's departure. Unfortunately, the winning streak did not last long, and the player became increasingly frustrated with the team's poor performance. As a result, he decided not to renew his contract with Tottenham. In search of further development opportunities, the player began considering offers from many clubs. The entire football world was convinced that the player would move abroad. Interestingly, the most effective negotiator turned out to be none other than Arsene Wenger. Despite initially rejecting Arsenal's offer due to the eternal rivalry between the two teams, Campbell began to consider joining Spurs' biggest rival more favorably. The opportunities Arsenal offered were truly immense. The coach had a vision for a team in which Campbell could be one of the main figures. To avoid attracting journalists, the player planned a series of meetings with club officials far from the city under the cover of night. Thus, they agreed on contract terms based on a free transfer. Tottenham's management was furious because not only were they losing one of their best players,
they didn't
but
get
the
no
club
money
wouldn't
for him.
even receive a penny for his transfer. When Arsenal called an extraordinary press conference,
look at his face. That boy don't give a damn either. That's why it's always weird to me that in the football world, you know how in the NBA, NFL, Bronco, why are you always bringing up the NBA and the NFL? We heard of white man. Shut up and listen to this damn story. Like I was saying, in the NBA and NFL, the teams don't get money for trading people. Only the players get the money. It's how much you go pay the player. You ain't got to pay a team for release clause or none of that because all the teams are owned by one league type shit, I guess. Because, you know, in football, NBA, it's like one big bracket, one big corporation. All teams got the same sponsors, all of that. Not the same sponsor, but the same, like, kit makers. Like, everybody, like, you know, Adidas make all the MLS kits. In the NBA, Nike make all the NBA jerseys type shit. So, in football, it's like, each team is by themselves. They owned by the people. Man, something like that. Y'all know the damn difference. That's how teams make money. Some teams be going bankrupt. So they got to sell players, get the money from that team so they can stay afloat. You know, American sports ain't got to do that because the cash flow is it's a system going on. Everybody gets the money now. Come on.
Everything became clear. Tottenham fans were furious, burning shirts with his name on them. Campbell's return to White Hart Lane was highly anticipated. On November 17, 2001, the player was greeted with a buzz from Tottenham supporters and banners holding an image of Judas. This match ended in a 1-1 draw. Wenger also spoke about the difficulties Campbell faced as a result of the transfer. He couldn't go to certain places for dinner or freely walk around London because of the anger of Tottenham fans. Sol Campbell will most likely never gain forgiveness from Tottenham fans, but he will surely look back on his medal achievements without regretting any decision.
And that's really like kind of crazier. The fact that he can't go to, it's kind of crazier than like betraying, not on a football sense, but like on a outside of football sense, outside the pitch. You know how Figo went to Real Madrid and then Barcelona? Real Madrid and Barcelona are two different cities. This man went from one club in London to another club in London. So he is still in London. So he gonna get heckled everywhere he go.
He will surely
It's
look
tough.
back on his medal achievements without regretting any decision. Let's move now to sunny Italy, specifically to Fiorentina, where Roberto
Fiorentina.
Baggio took his first serious steps in football.
that boy
In
wasn't bad at all.
1985, Fiorentina bought the young striker for £1.5 million. During his time at the club, despite initial injuries, he became incredibly popular and is still considered one of the best players in the club's history. For 5 years, he was a fan favorite, scoring many goals. In his best season, he led the team to the UEFA Cup final in 1990, where they faced his future club. After a fierce battle, Juventus emerged victorious. The young Italian at that time was unaware that Juventus would become a curse and a blemish on
What did he say his name was?
decision. Let's move now to sunny Italy, specifically to Fiorentina, where Roberto Baggio took his
Roberto
first
Baggio.
competitions. The Italian at that time was unaware that Juventus would become a curse.
So they lost to Juventus in the Champions League final, and then he ended up going on some Thierry Henry shit.
And a blemish on his career. That same year, he received the Bravo Award as the best player under 23 in European competitions. The defeat in the final and the then record sum of €10 million were enough to convince the young player to change clubs, unfortunately, to the aforementioned Juventus. The transfer of the team's best player to their most hated rival was unbearable for Fiorentina fans. Within just 2 days of signing the contract, the streets of the Italian city
especially
filled with
and 'cause that was
enraged
back in the
crowds.
day.
Police reports described throwing bricks, chains, and Molotov cocktails. In total, there were over 50 significant damages and 10 arrests. "I did everything to stay," Baggio said after the riots. Throughout his first
But
match
they
at the
have to leave.
Fiorentina stadium, the new number 10 for Juventus was the target of a barrage of boos and mockery from his former fans. He forced a penalty, but refused to take it, claiming that goalkeeper Gianmatteo Maragini was too familiar with his habits from years of training.
I thought he was finna say, I refuse to take it because, you know, that's my ex-club. I don't want to be too disrespectful. I was already disrespected going to this team. But he didn't take it because he was scared because he knew his ex-teammate knew which way he was going to go. Man, he a weenie for that. I ain't gonna
That
lie.
moment suggested that Baggio couldn't bear to score against his former club. His gesture when leaving the field after being substituted was more evident. Still angry, Florentines threw various objects, including the team scarf, towards the striker. Baggio picked it up and held it to his chest, waving towards the stands, signaling the affection he held for the fans
shout out
despite
him,
their
though, for
mockery.
still having love.
Not surprisingly, none of these actions were well received in Turin, and 300 fans greeted Baggio at his next training session to share their thoughts on the matter. Despite improving his goal-scoring record and winning the double in 1995, Juventini remained the only group of fans Baggio played for, but never fully convinced. Meanwhile, loyal Fiorentina supporters largely accepted
Hold on,
the
he said
acceptable
Juventus
things, the
fans never
welcome
liked
he
him?
held for the fans.
Because he held the Fiorentina flag to his heart?
Despite their mockery. Not surprisingly, none of these actions were well received in Turin, and 300
Damn,
fans greeted
so
Baggio
not
at
even
his next
Juventus
training
fans
session
liked
to
him.
share their thoughts on the matter. Despite improving his goal-scoring record and
That's
winning the
tough
double
right there,
in
bro.
1995, Juventini remained the only group of fans Baggio
Oh, and then they say because he didn't shoot the pin and he had so much love for the club, they were like, bro, why you still like them? Why you still love this club, bro? Shoot the pin and score against your old fucking team, bro. Feel me? They say he got a soft spot for him. They ain't like that soft spot.
played for, but never fully convinced. Meanwhile, loyal Fiorentina supporters largely accepted the apologies of their former hero and resisted submitting to the transfer imposed by the club president. Before we get to the most curious story in the video,
Figo.
remember to subscribe to the
Hey,
channel so you
like
don't
I
miss
said,
more videos like this, and a thumbs up
Go
if you
subscribe to
appreciate-
Dada
remember to
Football.
subscribe-
Get that man to 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. He deserve it because this is a class-ass documentary video right here,
Subscribe
man.
to the channel
Go
so you don't
subscribe
miss
to
more
him.
videos like this, and a thumbs up if you appreciate my work. It's time
And
for the
thumbs video
biggest
up,
transfer
already.
scandal
Y'all know
in
I
the
thumbs
history of football, which resulted in fans throwing many things
Look at
a
that
player
pig head.
during
Look at
the
that pig head right here. How do you even get a damn? Where do you even get a pig head from? Well, obviously like a butchery or something. But why are you walking around with a pig head in your damn pocket and say, oh, I can't wait to throw this on the field? Boy, these damn Spaniards, man.
game. Even a pig's head, Luis Figo was the golden boy of FC Barcelona, where he was considered the best winger in the world when he was in his top form. Figo spent 5 years at Barcelona, winning 2 La Liga titles, 1 Copa del Rey, and a UEFA Cup Winners' Cup. He was also awarded the Ballon d'Or in 2000. However, in the same year, Figo moved to Barcelona's
Imagine
biggest rival,
Vinicius
Real
going to
Madrid,
Lona.
for a record-breaking transfer fee of 60 million
million.
euros.
It's like the
Several
same,
factors
premise.
contributed to Figo's departure from Barcelona. Firstly, Barcelona was going going through a period of turmoil. The club struggled to maintain financial stability and was in debt. Additionally, the club's management couldn't meet Figo and his agent's demands for a new contract, which would have made him the highest paid player in the world. Negotiations broke down, and the players' relationship with the club deteriorated. Rumors started circulating in Spain about a secret agreement by the player, to which he directly responded, "I haven't talked to Real Madrid. All rumors are lies. I'm staying in FC Barcelona. This is my home." At the same time, Real Madrid were looking for a way to help them regain their position as a dominant force in Spanish football. Florentino Perez, the club's presidential candidate, saw Figo as the ideal player to lead the team to success. He convinced the footballer that he would be able to win more titles and achieve more success at Real Madrid than at Barcelona. Perez's vision, combined with the allure of playing at one of the most successful clubs in the world, proved too tempting for Figo to refuse. Figo's move to Real Madrid outraged Barcelona fans, who saw it as betrayal. The fact that the striker was an idol at Barcelona and played a crucial role in their success made the move even more painful. Figo returned to Camp Nou almost 3 months later as a Real Madrid player. He was,
like I say, in a modern day era setting, that is like when Lamine Yamal get like 23, 24, and if Barca has won some Champions Leagues and, you know, he's top player, and he goes to Real Madrid, bro. Oh, that would be crazy. Or on the flip side, if Vinicius Jr., who was finna win the Ballon d'Or, that man fuck around and go to Barcelona in like 2 years after all. Ugh, that is nasty.
Was escorted by security guards. Fans at the stadium shouted, "Die Figo!" Sound meters installed by Canal Plus TV recorded noise levels higher than in any nightclub in the city. During the match, he was showered with objects, including coins, mobile phones, stones, and a bicycle chain. Catalan authorities tried repeatedly to calm the fans, but unfortunately, without success. When Figo returned to play in El Clásico at Camp Nou in November 2002, he was received worse than 2 years earlier. Paco Pavón played in defense for Real Madrid in that match. He recalls the bus entering the stadium before the match. "When we entered Camp Nou, the police made a special passage for the bus, 25 meters from each side. Nevertheless, fans threw glass bottles, stones, everything. The match ended goalless and chaotic. The game had to be stopped halfway through the second half for 16 minutes due to difficulties with Figo taking corner kicks."
Bro, I need to watch that. They need to make that game available, like the whole game. I know on Paramount Plus they be having classic games that's available, like classic Champions League games or classic this and that. Hopefully I can find somewhere on these streaming services one of those games. That game right there.
The second half for 16 minutes.
I want to watch
due
that
to
from start to
difficulties
finish.
with Figo taking corner kicks. Perez used the player as a Trojan horse to gain access to the top of the club. Figo was the first player of the Galactico project,
yep,
including Zinedine Zidane, Ronaldo Nazario, David Beckham, and Michael Owen. Perez's idea was to create emotions, or illusions, as he calls it, around the orbit of his galactic stars and to promote goods and television broadcasting deals based on their charm. For example, when Figo arrived at the club in 2000, he agreed to part with half of his off-field earnings. So, 50% of the cut from each shirt sold with Figo's name on the back, and each sponsorship deal made by Figo's agent went to Real Madrid.
Hey, man, Florentino Perez, like I say, one of Satan's greatest soldiers, man. That man is evil! Top 6 worst football players in history. Subscribe to that man who made the video, like I said. And Figo shit's still crazy. I've seen the documentary, so I know all about it, bro. I'm out.